I don't know if it was a mistake. It's just all fibrous in there. This is another pile. There's another pile over there. So they're growing out in this area. As I was walking by this electrical tape, I was asking myself, could I use that for anything? And I walked past it a little bit, but then I realized that I could, because the cap on this bicycle carrier is going to start scratching. It's going to start scratching the bike. I gotta protect that. And just so I have it available, I'll lock it on. So I can't really put it on right now. I don't want to take the bike off. But since I haven't been getting any stomach illness in a while, I'm feeling oddly confident that I can have orange juice and turmeric together again. Maybe this whole stomach sickness was an infection and not a reaction to turmeric. I rub copper for good luck, and I believe it cleans my hands, but that brings good luck when you clean your hands. Alright, going to the main, the North Library in Pueblo North Library on Abierto, which I believe Abierto means open. It's Abierto, 100 Abierto Street or something. Abierto, Spanish for open, and Cerrado is closed. I wonder if they got a Cerrado road. They probably don't want to do that, because then people will the Mexicans will get confused. They'll be like, this road is closed and it's the street name? They'll say that in Mexican to themselves, of course. They won't say that in English if they don't speak English. They talk to themselves in Spanish. Isn't that something? And if the language influences how you talk to yourself, well, I mean, their language is different, because certain words rhyme over others, so they'll have fun rhyming different words, and they'll play with those words maybe a little bit more, so then that'll influence their language into thinking about different things differently. And that happens for every different, hundreds of different languages out there. It's crazy. But there's an Abierto road, and the GPS is trying to get me on the highway, and I'm thumbing my nose at the GPS because I want to take this road.
Turn left on Davis Avenue, then take the first left.
She's got me going in a circle. Nope, I'm not doing it. I studied Google Maps. When I can take the time to study Google Maps and see what options I have, a lot of times I don't want to take what the Garmin suggests. Yeah, I want to jump on a 75-mile-an-hour road to go a mile.
Turn left on Astor Street.
She still wants me to turn around and go. She still thinks that it's more of a benefit. I looked at Google Maps. It said you go down this road, you got 3 options. Oh, she still wants me to go circle back.
Right on O'Neill Avenue, then take the first right.
As far as what Google Maps said, I got 3 options. The middle option was taking a right at the Safeway, which I was thinking about stopping at, but I don't really want to. I just want to get to the library, and that's it. Oh, this doesn't look good. I'll bicycle from there, because this library does not seem very busy, as big as it is and as much as it is in the central town. I mean, the South Library is not busy. The main library did not look busy. So.
In 1 mile, turn right on West Northern Avenue.
She's come around now. She knows that Northern is the right for Safeway. On Safeway. I think it's over a mile from the library. Ooh. I don't feel sick yet. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the sickness to come. I think I'm gonna put a little video up talking about my sickness, which is not coming actually. My non-sickness now. I drank some orange juice and turmeric, and in the past it's been making me sick. But I've been feeling better, so I've decided to test it again. And well, I feel a little weird, but I don't feel sick. Turmeric made me sick for a while, and now I don't feel so sick. And it's really scary to think, whoa, that something was causing me to feel sick with half my diet. And I can kind of feel it. I can kind of feel like the turmeric touches a certain part of my stomach to make me feel sick. Like, it feels like the upper left region. Like, I probably have a hiatal hernia, and that's in the upper region. And to the left of that, in my stomach, inside the stomach, felt like there might have, that's where I was feeling sick the most. Almost where the spleen attaches to the stomach.
Turn right on West Northern Avenue.
There was some sickness. I had an infection in the upper portion of my stomach, just going based on how it felt. And, oh my God, who's beeping? Who's the bad driver? Who's the bad driver? Too much coffee. And I'm going to talk about that. I want to talk about that on my health channel. I'm going to mention that in the upper left portion of my stomach. Seems to have been what was causing, because I'm feeling it right now. Turmeric and orange juice affected that sickness directly. Like within minutes, I would know if that infection was really bad or not. For some reason, that infection either hated or loved turmeric. I don't know. But it was getting affected, and it was awful. It was off and on. It took a couple hours.
Turn left on Lake Avenue.
It took an hour or so for the sickness to finally settle down. It took some time. And it depended. Peanuts would do it. Turmeric would do it. Milk would do it. Even it seemed like yogurt would do it. I had half my diet. Half my diet. I thought I was being healthy. Half my diet was causing the sickness. And it just wouldn't relieve. It was off and on. Sometimes even on an empty stomach. This is probably what you would call candida infection. Just an unexplained general problem. It's just so odd and weird, and you have to just call it yeast overgrowth or something like that, just because that covers a lot of these weird digestive issues. But this was very unique for me. Half my diet was causing sickness. It was off and on, even at nights when my stomach was empty. I think my liver was failing a little bit. I was peeing tea colored, bordering on orange. That sickness was really something. It seems like the Southwest sickness to me. Seems like maybe the regional. I don't think Lake. You don't experience this. Or Berkeley. Berkeley was an option on the Google Maps. Berkeley to Broadway. It was Berkeley to Broadway. Oh well, whatever. Lake gets me there too. I should have been thinking about the drive more there. I can't take this left now. There's this lady. I'd like to record her. She took my left. That's okay. Berkeley to Broadway, Lake to Broadway, whatever. It's a pretty reliable grid pattern around here. The city designers.
Turn left at the traffic light.
City designers done some good work. Oh, I can make it. I can Flowerama. Past the Flowerama, past the National Association of Letter Carriers. Whoa, what? What are you doing?
East Abriendo Avenue.
What? Oh, I thought it's Abierto. Abriendo. Okay, I don't know what that means. I know what Abierto means, and that'd be hilarious if it was a road. But the open road. No outlets to the right on a gate. There's a lot of reference to a gate. A gate food bank, a gate street. Arroyo is kind of popular. A lot of Spanish influence. Although you don't see it in the architecture up here now. You see it further, you see it really good in New Mexico. The northern part of New Mexico. The southern part of New Mexico seems a lot more colonial. Especially in El Paso, Texas. But you get into the northern Mexico, you start seeing a lot of mud bricks. I never noticed mud bricks. They were using a lot of red bricks in the southern part of New Mexico. And then they switched to mud bricks in the northern parts. I don't understand. I would expect more mud bricks to be used in the southern part of New Mexico. That's not the case. It must have been an availability issue. Maybe people in North Mexico were just more poor. They were more affluent in the southern parts of New Mexico. Hard to say. I mean, there's different factors. You know, it's the availability of mud and the attitudes of the culture.
1/4 mile. Turn left on East Abriendo.
This is a long drive. It was a long bicycle ride. It's a long drive. I do not want to go back. These are nice neighborhoods through here. These look really nice. I like the trees. Lots of nice, beautiful trees. You need that shade today.
At the traffic light.
I am not gonna find a good shade spot to park. Let's see, the sun will go down on my left. There's no trees in that library lot. I didn't see any. But if I could park on the east side of that building, which everybody does, I want to park the closest eastest side of that library as I can. It's a very tall building. I'm going to be getting blasted by the sun most of the day. But by about, I don't know, 5, maybe I could try to take advantage of that shade. I just have to see how, like, I need the eastest part of that building. And the parking is really screwy. It's at an angle, so it's like everybody's in the sun all day. God, it sucks. What's up ahead? You know, I don't need to park in that parking lot. Looks like it's a one-way street. I need to get out. I know where the shade is gonna end up in the evening. I need to get out, walk around, and try to, like, maybe find evening shade. Evening shade parking. I bet it's a right. Okay.
Robert O'Grawling's Public Library.
Yeah. Right it. Okay. That's it. Do I do a straight? Can I just go straight? Taking that right doesn't look too good. Oh, okay, I see. And then I should be able to. Okay, it's a one-way. All right. So there's trees up ahead, but they're not.
Arriving at Robert O'Grawling's Public Library.
They're not in a good spot.
Right.
Okay, here we are. All right, doesn't have. No, there's no warnings. There's no warnings. There's no warnings for. Okay, here we are. These are some tall trees. They'll cover me midday. That's pretty helpful. Okay, I want to get directly underneath. But off at an angle too, because I believe it's going to be angularized. Okay, so these trees will come around their shade will come around by the afternoon, I believe. See the big trees. Right, I got another cucumber I want to put in my pig slop, and I want to peel it because I do not like chewing on this skin, and it's waxy on the outside. I believe they spray a wax. I got some old ones in there still with the skin on it. It's just awful to chew on. You gotta peel these things. I'm just realizing now that all I need to do to get to the second drawer is to pull out the first drawer. Silly me, I've been trying to clean all this mess all the time. Just pull out the top drawer. I guess I didn't really think about it much before, but this bicycle provides some shade for the back. I wonder if I could cover the bicycle up in some way during the daytime to serve as a better shade. I want to know what's strange about this heat. It's like over 80 degrees. As I had coffee this morning, I actually started feeling tired at midday. It's only like 1 or 2 now, but I actually felt like I was getting a little tired under the influence of coffee. And that's the effect of this heat. It just tires you out. Even just sitting inside the cool library. Thought about putting copper in this, but I know that acid will shear the copper off and really change the taste so drastically. The copper will just disintegrate in this. I'm sure of it. I've played with that type of stuff before. Copper is a little volatile when it comes to acid. Right, I'm feeling a real disappointment with this North Walmart. They got signs saying no overnight parking, and then the 2 lot cops. There's nobody in the lot. I'm tired. I'm just gonna have to risk it, I guess. Alright, I think somebody at 1 a.m. somebody's going around, and maybe I think they're kicking these people out. He sounded like he was getting their attention. So there's a sign that says no loitering, and it seems like the people at the RV actually are just talking. I don't see any employee. They got the truckers who are staying the night here. Their own Walmart truck. They can't control where they sleep. They allow them to sleep here, but they really don't want any overnight parkers. I'm really surprised that North Pueblo has so many no loitering signs. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of variety for things going on. I don't see a lot of housing. There's a lot of different kinds of businesses, but it's just so strange. They got a problem with a bunch of loafers and beggars, maybe. Don't let them in. It's a movie for intruders. 2 a.m. I should probably try to get back to sleep. Did a little walk around this area, nice and quiet at this hour. The highway is surprisingly busy though. A lot going on at 2 a.m. It's a good time to drive. Well, it's still kind of busy though. I'm not really seeing like homeless people. They're keeping on top of it. They never had any patrol that drove around up and down the parking lot. They're just relying on these lot cops flashing their lights. And maybe closing hours at midnight. Maybe that's part of the strategy too. Alright, so for my morning coffee. Oh my god, I thought that the mall would be this way. Oh, okay. I see, I see. Wow. Okay, there's supposed to be a pretty decent, grocery store. I didn't expect all this forest on the side of Walmart. I should have, though. I knew that there was a lot of open space behind. Yeah, there's Target. Oh my God. Yeah, that mall is further than I thought, than it looked on the map. Okay. Yeah, I want to stop at Loaf and Jug. I want to go to that the Natural Grocers. Had to bust out the bicycle because things are a lot more spread out here for the things I want. There's McDonald's I want to stop at, Loaf and Jug, the Natural Grocers. Those little sparrows are shooting out of the sewer pipe right there. It's kind of cool to see, but the videos never pick them up. They're just shooting out, in and out. They usually don't live in places like that, but I guess the conditions in this area are safer for... I don't know, are they safer? There's probably coyotes. I haven't heard coyotes in a while. Natural Grocers. Man, it doesn't look like it's open, but it should be. I believe it's after 7. I also see a Joann's, which is another place I want to stop at. All the big companies are around here. Walmart may not allow overnight parking, but I think you could get away with, if they get angry and chase me off, I could still have other options around here. Plenty of parking lot. These jerks wait until 8:30 to open up. 8:30 at the National Grocers. Man, I guess I gotta work with their activity. I've never been in a King Soopers yet. I think this is a grocery store. Give it a check out. It's kind of must be a regional thing. Alright, I guess I can cross this highway underneath this way and then take a road, a right to get to the McDonald's. First of all, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think these are all separate letters. The same kind of letter. They just keep taping warning after warning. Alright, and then this is another one. Alright. Pueblo Police. Alright, so it's Tony's RV park, and they've pretty much cleaned it out. Oh, that guy's not a part of... Okay, there's a trailer down here that was curious. It looks like you can look inside. So Tony's RV park. An RV park. And there is just a lot of, like, it looks like homeless activity. A lot of crime. They couldn't keep the crime out of this RV park. Not too far from the Walmart. And then they also have this trailer. That's the last thing standing. It looks like it's a good-sized park. Yeah, no electric meters. Wow, I never really seen I've seen an RV parks that abandoned, but none. It's completely covered in concrete. None that really look like they were in full operation with electricity in every stall, practically. That's interesting. They just let it go.